Welcome, guys. This is another round of the North American Online League. Today, we are in charge of 3 games by the same player. One out of the 2 players plays in every one of our 3 games. So this is very, very interesting. He is the Monster Alex 6. Okay, let's see how he does. Now, I know this person is an AGA 3 dan to 4 dan level, so expect this guy to do very, very well in this section. Okay. His opponent in this game is a 2Q Dongfang Qin. Okay. So here, white, generally speaking, the Joseki move is inside the corner because you might say, well, this corner doesn't look so big. But when you consider that when black plays here, black is totally strong, black is totally alive. And when white plays here, white is totally alive and totally strong. And if you do play there, you make the opponent not alive. All the ins and outs, all the gains at the expense of our opponents, this kind of thing really makes the corner very, very big. So in Go, usually the size of the territory, the relative urgency of the move, strength, usually the size itself, the largeness or the wideness of the direction isn't that important, isn't as important as the back and forth, or I'll do something at your expense, and because I'm also taking away from you, not just making myself. And so concentrate on this kind of locations and you are gonna do very, very well. Okay, so this move is an example. This jump is making white and also attacking black, and therefore white gets this move in Sente. So that's good. This move, on the other hand, this jump does not make territory for white. All that it is doing is attacking, so it's a little bit lacking compared to the previous move. So another move here would be nice. If we are a little worried about our group, I will recommend something that is more pressing against the upper side, and then afterwards play this move, play the double hane, make black defend this location, make black defend there, and then we can destroy black territory on the top, and this would be us achieving destruction of black territory and also making white safe at the same time. So that would be a very good way to go. When in the game white plays here, if white accepts that this white group isn't totally alive, then white will have to move out, and you can see that the moves that white will play in the middle will be defending the white group and maybe attacking the outside black group, but it will not be destroying or threatening to destroy the top hand side black territory. So it's a little bit lacking in those terms. Now I say it sounds like white is doing quite a lot. I'm attacking and defending at the same time. Are you not happy with doing this double job, which sounds very efficient to most people? Correct. Even doing 2 things is.
Typically, we want to find
Yep.
the
Yes.
edge stone, the edge game points, and then place something to push this line down. That is typically how we want to.
Yeah. Overall, in this fight, white has not given black enough pressure to make black respond, to make black really, get threatened and then respond anywhere. So black has a lot of freedoms now. This move is good. This move jumping downwards is good. Some move over here is also good because this it's a small amount of territory, but it is eye space, and it also takes away white's eye space. So all these moves are relatively fine for black and good ideas for black. How do you put more pressure on your opponent? Play this double hane. That would basically force black to keep responding here and then peep him so he keeps responding. This is how you put lots and lots of pressure on the opponent. From black's perspective, should be relatively okay with the progression of this. Black was not able to get b18 earlier, which is black getting not enough, not enough attack against white, and not enough, defense for black's area. But after white played these relatively loose and soft moves in the center, black is fine now, and the game is relatively even. Okay. So it definitely feels to me like white is over defending this group a lot. Now, if white is looking at this and says, okay, I have to defend, then I recommend playing somewhere that is defending and also making yourself some territory. You might even want to play something like this, which would be very offensive, and then cut like this. All these are good ideas. Not saying that you have to do this, but for sure, if white keeps defending like this, white is not making a lot of territory. So, okay, now remember, white is a relatively high-ranked player, and black is only 2Q, white is about AGA 3 dan and above, so let's see what happens later in the game. This move defends the top territory, so it's noticeably big, so I think that's okay. Yeah, another turn by white. This one, you'll see this kind of turn a lot in the middle game fighting. And generally speaking, these kinds of turns are usually good moves. Mostly because they do a lot of influence. They get white a lot of influence, and they subtract just as much from your opponent. So for example, if something like this happened later, white is noticeably making some potential territory on the right hand side. So these kinds of turns are very pressureful, and this is exactly what white was lacking earlier with with this move not touching black, this move making a small token of I'm threatening your upper side, but I am not going as far as invading, kind of a move. This is exactly what white was a little bit lacking before, and when black defended on the top and white made this turn, this kind of pressure is all of a sudden back. And if you guys can feel the breathing, so to speak, of your opponent, pretend that you are this black group, you will find that you feel a little bit not as easy, because if you guys know, the liberties in Chinese is called air, which is basically breath. And if you're taking away one of these, and you're also sort of completing the surround against black, your opponent can feel a little bit hard to breathe. And that's exactly the analogy you want to have. And it's exactly the situation you want to put your opponent in. Okay, so black doesn't want to hane now because this cut cannot be captured this way. White captures black, and therefore this cut would, it's cutting black. It's also sort of starting to complete the surround against the inside black group. For example, if black takes care of the outside one stone, and then a few more moves happen, and then now the entire inside black group is surrounded. So given that you are too afraid to play this honey move, then we can really see how valuable white's turn really was. So now black is now forced into that same situation that white was doing earlier, which is simply defending, not surrounding any territory with this kind of jumps. And of course, needless to say, black is not threatening anything, any white positions with this kind of a jump. So if you want your opponent to not have breathing room, play here. If you want to have a regular move, play here. If you want absolute sente, play this one, and you can threaten to cut next. Let's see what white did. White played the noticeable sente move. Okay, that makes sense. So as black here, definitely you want to stretch yourself out a lot. And this is a very, very good defensive technique, which is called barely not defending something. Like for example, this move is a very effective defense of this push and cut. And it's barely not defending the cut because white will be able to survive with this cutting stone. It's just that after getting this position, white finds himself a little bit crammed for air, not enough breathing space. And as a result, black has sente, and it's unprofitable for white to cut. You see, black can invade the left and then start counterattacking the two white stones here. So this kind of defense is very, very nice, and it's definitely something to pick up. The barely not defend defense. Yeah. You'd think you could. You'd think that we would stop at this barely defends everything flimsily and very, very effectively. But why stop there when you can go even further and barely not defend your cutting point? Instead, use this move. Instead of totally defending this weakness, use your move to also bring in the sustainable development, the fast spread across the board that the professional players and the high dan players are very, very scary and well known for. So next time when you are defending your weakness, definitely add this consideration to your defense. Try this barely not defense, and maybe you'll see yourself going faster and further, faster, stronger. The sports thing when they say stronger, faster, higher, something like that. And that's exactly what you want to play in Go as well. And this is why in many places in Asia, Go and other mind sports are considered the same as regular sports. So go a little bit farther than your totally defensive move. So you don't want to be totally safe, right? Don't be totally safe because that's usually too slow. Okay, so black does defend in a safe way, and then here a very big move is to connect yourself to the two stones, from the corner to the two stones. This will surround territory here. It will also strengthen the two white stones. Very big. White could also try to play this kind of a peep to try to do this in sente. Play in here is very fast and efficient, but it also does allow black to be able to invade. The important thing is do realize as black that you definitely want to invade on the left hand side. It's like you should be salivating to invade there. Make sure you actually do invade there. Okay, so in the game, white plays this attach, and that's also very, very strong. And here, instead of just developing like this from the corner, white is trying to get sente with an attachment. This is very, very strong. It's not clear if the next turn is sente. I guess it is, which is good. good for white. But yeah, so we can noticeably see a very, very big framework start to take hold. In this game, black played this jump. Now, black is clearly very, very worried about the white framework. However, this move does expose a little bit of a weakness inside black's shapes. And for example, here, black really needs to connect this one, and the black was worried about white's right hand side getting big, but having to connect back takes that away. So rather than do that, just do what go to the source of the problem and then fix it by invading on the right hand side. Play this move. Both of these are good. Okay, so in the game, white pushes, connects, black plays here. And this will set up a very, very devastating sequence by white over here. And then jump. And then locally here, black is actually at least one liberty short, no matter what black does. White has a very nice S19 move to totally capture black. So unfortunately, in this part, black exposed a little bit of a weakness, and white is not likely to let him off the hook. This is a very nice peep, but if you cut, white is just gonna live on the inside. There's no damage can be done, and this kind of commitment to making no territory is very, very dangerous because we're wasting moves, we're wasting valuable time. One of the strongest techniques in Go is to get your opponent to attack something that is relatively safe. And here, if black commits to this cut, that would be attacking the left-hand side, which is already relatively safe, which means black is going to waste this one move. And if white was a little more sinister about it, white would start using the defender's advantage on black and play this Atari, and then play, because the threat is to play this and attack black. So in order to continue to attack, you have to connect. And this way, maybe white even takes this ko in Sente, and all of a sudden, the price we pay to connect is not only the totally wasted cutting move of 1, it's also these Sente exchanges 2, 3, 4, 5, and pretty soon it will be a devastating loss for black. Okay, so in the game, black correctly realized that he cannot be connecting this and went to play this ko. However, this is a totally free ko by white, and white basically gains a free move anywhere on the board and a double free move anywhere on the board. And so this is white is totally winning now. With that said, this kind of a move is also, remember when white played the knight's move, the diagonal move earlier, this kind of a diagonal move that's not touching your opponent is not recommended, and it's a little bit loose, and that's exactly the loose kind of play that we don't like, and we want to recommend away from, because well, right now it would be best if white could just totally seal black in, and then also be very, very safe for white. This is the ideal situation for white. If this kind of a thing is connecting everywhere and then holding on to the position is not possible, then as white you would rather play even more loose, and you would play farther away and surround your side territory. What you don't want to do is commit to like a half fight here, where if you have to connect your middle 4 stones at some point, then you leave the right hand side open for the next invasion to happen. So just see this position versus this position. This position, white is much, much safer on the right hand side, much more territory on the right hand side. Play these sentes while we're at it. Maybe even play this one, get black to cut. and then play this. But this way, white is much safer, and white stops there. Why not just go onto the third line? Why not just play this or even into the corner? That would all be very, very good. So either you want to be very tight, or if you're loose, then you want to be very loose and you're like away from this area and totally running away from this from this frontal engagement and just totally go and develop. You don't want to play this kind of a loose move that is not accomplishing either one that's very well, and it could easily lead you to have a double threat later. For example, here, after black plays these two in Sente, black will cut, and white's middle would be dead. Okay, not that white's middle being dead is bad for white. It's just that, you guys know what I mean. So here, this is very smart by white. Okay, and here black goes for this invasion. That makes a lot of sense. Black feels, because of how badly the top corner went, a free ko by white, and a free two moves at g16, g17. Black is invading, trying to maintain the balance of territory on the game. But this kind of invasion is not going to be successful. The way to attack this kind of invasion, strengthen your weakest attacking stones, which white does very, very well in this game. And here white throws in. This one is safer, but throwing in has the added benefit. Just extending back is better. Okay, in the game black captures, and then the same thing happens. Okay, a little bit desperate by black, but I don't have any better recommendations for him either. Okay, so black comes back to cut the middle, but huge losses on the right hand side, and this game is very, very favorable for white. Black has one last Aji inside the corner where black can sort of take away white's corner and counterattack white's stones here. And that would be very strong if white, and this is with white playing the first move here at n4. Just imagine if black is the one to first play the moves. Squeeze, you don't want to let black have a code to live, so white will probably extend down. And then we play these moves. All of a sudden, the group has some hope now, right? White's gonna push out, and you've taken away white's corner, and you made it totally black's corner. Maybe like this. That would be a good way to go. So in the game, white plays here at h18. For sure, not the biggest area on the board, although I understand that Hane Connect is Sente, and then black can live with these stones. Okay, so that move also makes sense. And black attacks here, which also makes sense, attacks the two white stones. And here we can see that, after black played this Gote move in the middle to capture, white played a very safe h18 diagonal move, and then now black sort of is stringing together some very good offense. Nice cut. When white Ataris, black will extend. I don't know how white's gonna deal with this. Just Atari. Yeah, and that's a scary part about these damn players. When they have some trouble, they make a sacrifice, and immediately the trouble is gone. White can even block. If you try to capture the corner, white will connect in the corner. And after all of this, we see that black hasn't done the massive damage that he wanted to against white. In the game, yes, remember this turn. This is because it's threatening the connect underneath. It is protecting the corner. and it is obviously really helping out against the outside, right? This move is totally on the outside, and it also strengthens the outside four stones, three stones, because it next move you can connect to the corner. So this move, absolutely huge. And a pity that White was not able to play this move. This is absolutely the most important move on this board right now. Okay, so in the game, White wastes a move and then defends in the corner. This will give Black some very good Sente. This Hane would be Sente. White will probably connect. But yes, this white group is not killable, so black will again. I remember to squeeze in the corner, and then peep over here, and then you can decide to jump out. You can decide to knights move out. You can decide to crawl your way out. All of these are fine. The knights move might lose one outside stone or the two inside stones, but suppose this happens, and it's very likely that white would choose something like this. You can noticeably see that black has made a huge bottom hand side, and with this, black may be able to contest the game. Note that this move is also Sente because of this Atari allowing black to live. So black is actually quite strong over here, and maybe just strong enough to keep this entire thing. And if this could if this could happen, and this could be black's way to come back into the game. In fact, the score estimator is actually has black ahead by 9 points in this diagram. So see how just some very very normal moves, a few normal moves, and black totally turns the situation around. And if your opponent, who is white is ahead by 13 points, if white is at all just a little bit defensive, this whole game can turn around very quickly. And this is the kinds of explosiveness that will help us win games, that will help us come back in games, and play in tight and in your opponent's face, or not giving your opponents room to breathe, is a great way to achieve this explosiveness that we all desire in our games. Yeah, see, right? A Sente move, white has to capture you, use your defender's advantage. Normally, white is totally okay just allowing black to have like 5 points here, but in this case, black gets the 5 points, destroys white's 5 points, and also makes this dead group alive. So white can't do this. This is defender's advantage, and then all of a sudden we have some kind of a counterattack going, and white is very likely to play a safe move. This way, white is totally alive. And after playing this with that P4 move in Sente, all of a sudden you are coming back. Okay, now in the game, black is attacking the left-hand side first, which is also good, but black will not be able to get this in Sente because there's a jump at B13 for white. So to attack white, black has to play this kind of a move, and then white would live by just adding a move, right? So this will allow white to block at G2 again, and if you want to attack, you have to prevent white from connecting underneath. And so now white extends here, and all of a sudden, remember that huge territory that black had on the bottom? 50 points is all gone, replaced by white points. A simple math will tell us this is like 50 points plus 20 points that white is gonna make, 70 points. Is 70 points gonna matter? Yes, I think so. So this is why black doesn't actually have time to connect here. But in the game white plays, remember G2 and then an extension is worth 70 points. Some, in the ideal case, upwards of 70 points. How much do you think this corner is worth? Less than 25, right? So it's no surprise that at this point the game has gotten a bit closer. And unfortunately, see here, AI says white is up by 6.5. Black is actually well within striking distance after all the stuff that has gone wrong. The free co, the free 4 stones on the upper side, the total death on the right. Black is within 6.5 points, and with a couple of more defensive moves, black could easily come back. But in this crucial juncture, black attacks white, but this is capturing very small. And if white just plays on the outside, this will not be a victory from black. White plays an attachment. Again, go into the corner now. But black played K3. Black is very happy getting half of the big territory. So there's no way black was gonna play O3. So to our surprise, black does go for this very very aggressive move, which is good. It's exactly what he needs. Good. So very good play by black to try to come back. Again, the key is to get that squeeze so that afterwards we can take away white's corner and make it black's corner. Black just goes for this push and cut, and white defends a corner, which was the most important defense. Just imagine if we had this ahead of time. Well, too bad. Okay, so white defends and black extends. This keeps the middle, but white will hane, and black will clearly not capture everything. And if black doesn't capture everything, whatever black will capture will not be enough. Okay, so after this, there is basically no more game to be played. Black surrounds a smaller middle, white lives on the bottom, black captures a few stones, but not enough to swing the game back into black's favor. This was quite an exciting game, and we clearly see a little bit, black was a little bit overmatched in terms of reading, and feels like the fundamental reading, like fighting fighting strengths favored white in that game, which is what we expect with the higher rank. But black made it a very exciting game, and we saw some quite good ways of fighting back and everything. So good job to both players in that game. Okay, and here's another game, and remember black monster Alex is AGA 3 dan at least, maybe AGA 4 dan. So against these 1Q and 2Q opponents, expect some brutality. They're facing very strong opposition. Okay, so this is a great move, this knight's move, totally well played, and I myself have decided not to play this move in one of my games, and then that was very very bad. So I definitely regret not playing this knight's move. I just heard my own voice, but I think it's okay. We'll continue. Yeah, so push and cut, strongest response, and this move is okay, but again, this move is not close to any black moves, which means this move may not do as much as white wants. If there's no cuts, white would rather play something like this, at least be able to play something like this, or pull yourself back, and now you have yourself your 5-6 points, your ice space that you need. And once you have this, you would say, my bottom is relatively okay already. let me take care of the weaker left-hand side, top 2 stones. Okay, so white plays here, loses Sente, very important, and black is the one to attack first on the left-hand side. The strong move is to Hane, and if white can't do anything other than Hane himself, white would be forced onto the second line, and clearly this being forced onto the second line is not good in this situation for white. So here black extends one more time, and this allows white to jump, which still allows white to take care of the left-hand side, despite black initiating the attack, which is good for white, a good spot by white. The move was b2. This move is very offensive. If white can extend inside and everything survives, then black will not survive. So, so this move is very, very double-edged. Plus, even if white just pulls back, this extra b1 in Sente may not be good for black anyways. So I do recommend just attaching. My opponent played that attach, and that game did not go well for me, so play the attach at the 2-2 point. Let's see if white stuck into black. White did. Great. Okay. Oh, and this Hane on the outside was very, very well done. Good job. If we just do this, we run great risks, and secondly, all these moves are Sente, so black probably is okay on the inside. And so this kind of a position white plays on the outside, we already got the corner territory, so as long as black isn't able to capture white, white would be totally okay. Luckily for black, black is able to capture white, but the move now is to play both of these moves in Sente, and overall this is still a very, very even game. Okay, I'm sure the best move is probably to extend back, or to fight over here. Either way, okay. Atari, and extend. White plays here, which allows black to turn in Sente. Remember, white had the Sente moves, and black couldn't turn now because we Atari connect, and we capture the left-hand side 6 stones. Black might be able to capture 3 stones, but clearly not as big as the 6 stones. So getting this in Sente, and white, this must be a misread. Surprising that black does not just capture this. The 3 stones is very juicy. Okay, so black extends back. White catches himself. Okay, that's good. Okay, and the game moves on. Black captured 3 stones, so that's good for black. Okay, and we go into the middle game. This is my biggest criticism of black's play. Remember this diagonal move when black played as white in the previous game. We also saw a very similar diagonal move. And the criticism is if white plays here and you're going to defend on the top anyway, you want to go faster. When white plays here, you'll still defend the top, and you'll achieve what you wanted to do much faster in the middle, or you just want to play in a more forceful height and not let your opponent have the breathing room kind of play like this. You don't want this kind of loose and it's not doing enough pressure, and it is also not doing enough sustainable development at the same time. So, biggest criticism. However, okay, so here invading would be very tight. Invading inside the territory would be very tight. But white plays here. Okay, black will defend the top now, and it's very important for white to do this and then Tanuki. Again, this L18, we criticized K13 because it didn't do enough sustainable development. It was not tight enough, where it gave the opponent too much breathing room. This one, this one is not pressuring white in any way. So it's just making an eye for yourself. You guys can think of many ways to peep at the cut. I can make myself 10 points. I don't have to make myself 5 points. I can make myself 10 points. I can threaten to cut the opponent. I can at least peep on the outside first. I can play this as a peep as well, because push and cut is Sente, and then I can cut the left hand side. And this way 1 and 5 is surrounding the territory in time. In the game, black is just making this ice space. I don't I don't I don't approve. Okay. Yes, so white is the first to invade the corner. Okay, and this is good. This is threatening to play underneath. And remember, white's corner is all totally alive now, and so getting black to disconnect white from the corner is very good for white, because L2 is not going to surround any territory, and then M1 isn't going to surround any territory, L1 not going to surround any territory. And white is playing inside black's territory and outside of the white thickness. Black played 3 moves not doing anything. And so here actually, for the first time after the first fight, white actually has a lead. So very good job for white for being able to do this. Note, white AI does not want white to play this wedge, only because black will not answer this. This is how safe this white group is. After we play here, black is the one who needs to protect these cuts, and making ourselves 10 points inside black's territory is quite nice. And that's the way for white to come back into the game, or to keep this lead in the game. In the game, white fought the ko, which is okay. The top has some ko threats, but this one is not the threat. Black will continue to capture at P1, at O1, capturing the P1 stone, and white will still have to find a ko threat. The problem, though, is once white finds a ko threat, black did answer, and takes it back, black may not play at K2. Black might do invade the top, that kind of thing. Okay, they are gonna fight this ko for a while, and okay, and at the end, white connects. This one may not be threatening enough, and black just white ended up not playing a ko threat. And so and not enough pressure against the group means that this game is now over, because the big territory cannot be invaded anymore. So very sad for white, but definitely white did very well to come back from this early deficit with losing those 4 stones, and letting black get that G6 turn in Sente, which gave black this moyo in the first place. Remember, the normal moves are like this, and black does not have a center moyo, and white has Sente to play elsewhere. In the game, black does have the center moyo, and black has the Sente next. So that's where white got into a very big deficit, but then the middle fighting went very well for white, but these 2 super loose moves, we said black is an AGA 3 dan. I know this person very well. very good guy, but this kind of really painfully painfully unambitious play. Let's just say this kind of play is not going to survive in the two dance and three dance at the North American online leagues. Okay, all right. Painful to watch, and but still very good job when the game was on the line. Black did get this huge territory surrounded after all. So the good. Okay, let's take a look at the last one. Oh, this one is a one dan versus a one dan. So this one may be more even. Again, we have the same player playing. I don't know what it is with an NAOL league. Maybe we need more players. So definitely sign up, guys. You get free reviews. Like if you're Monster Alex in this case, you get 3 games reviewed, all for free, and all of these reviewers are teachers who give lessons, and Go lessons are not cheap, so there's a huge amount of value. Plus, you make a lot of friends playing Go, which is exactly what we want out of the game, anyways. So join the league. You guys may already be playing with friends, so yeah, please come and join and play. Sign up. It's very, very easy. Just email Milan. And then it will be. Yeah, it's very, very easy to find. You play at the comfort of your own home, and yeah. Okay. Texas Wolf. Now, this G18, this extra crawling move on the second line is not bad, and it's actually very necessary right now. Black does not want to play this Hane. This is the original pre-AI Joseki. This makes white very, very thick on the left-hand side, and because this territory on the left lower part is influence, it's not very strong territory. The fact that this area is very strong makes that territory also more white and less likely to be invaded. So this way, this thickness is very, very useful. So black really doesn't want this, and so therefore why is the crawling move necessary? It's because white will turn here, and this is Sente against the corner. Capture black by playing here. This is a famous life and death shape. Hane peep inside, just answer anything, and whatever black plays on the inside, just connect, and black is dead. So because this turn is Sente, and this extend, this is still Sente for white, so black might as well play the Hane. And so now all of a sudden we see that black has played the Hane connect exchange that black really didn't want to do earlier. And this turn by white at G18, it's not the biggest move in the board, but it's not bad. It's like 1 or 2 points bad, smaller than the biggest move, which is still quite big. So this is why this next move, G18, is still necessary. It just makes the turn by white not Sente anymore. This is black can safely Tanuki this. Okay. So this is what happened in the game. Black does Tanuki afterwards. White plays this corner, okay. And here black goes for the invasion. Note, if white already had this kind of a thickness, this kind of invasion would be very dangerous. And even if black is able to survive here, it would not be comfortable, and even if this ended up living, it would not be profitable, generally speaking. And plus, it's very likely to not be able to survive. Moreover, white has more. White has 100 ways to severely attack black. Okay, so without those exchanges, then black has a little more freedom to make a little base on the left-hand side. This is why this is a great invasion at this point. So the Joseki is like this, and here we can see that black makes 7-8 points, takes away 7 or 8 points in for white, and all in Sente. So we understand why white doesn't pick this, but yeah, that's just the thing. But for white to play b7 now, it's better to just play b7 originally. In the game, this gives black an Atari. Are you gonna connect? I think he has to connect, and therefore this will be... Oh, right. White should not be connecting now. Play here, here. Black will have no trouble living. White will have some compensation by destroying some corner territory. Okay, but connecting was very, very bad by white. Yeah, okay. Yeah, noticeably black is totally split white down the middle in a very strong way. Oh my god, this Atari. Again, all very, very difficult to watch. Okay, anyway, black gains a lot. Double empty triangle here and here. Very inefficient shape for white. But this capture, yes, white just invaded here. Answer white. Black is now quite strong over here, so there's no need to answer to capture this one white stone. And if you do want to play here, make sure you play something more forceful, and don't let your opponent breathe easy. You could also play something like this move, which is kind of connecting to your group and also getting ready to play this move to take away white's eye space. This capture is again very defensive. Remember, white in the previous game played that tiger's mouse to live, not pressuring white in any case. This move is a little better than that move. At least this move is on the outside, but let's just say these two moves are very, very similar. Okay, so in the game, white is the one to strike first on the upper side. And okay, white didn't do this totally right. I think the connect is the best move now to threaten this capture of the two stones, or this block and then play here, capturing that one other stone. Black can hold on by playing this move, but this one, white has a Sente here, and we don't have to play that. We can just extend this being good enough for white. If the ladder works for white, white can choose this. I don't think the ladder works for white now, so this is not possible yet. Okay, so in the game, white connects and black turns, connects, and there's no way for white to capture the two black stones. That's the difference between connecting at Q15 and this move. Now, if we didn't have this R15 stone, this position, the move would be Atari and then extend. Note how this extend and that connect is the same spot. In any case, this extend puts enough pressure on the right-hand side to capture this one stone, and also puts enough pressure at the P18 point to cut off the top. So this is the move, Atari and then extend. Black can hold on by turn and Atari like this, but again we'll have the same kind of position as we had earlier with this kind of a shape. Okay, so in the game, a bit of a screw up by white in the reading. And this turn, yeah, if you play this tiger's mouse, this would still threaten this, and that would be better. This way white can just even Tanuki at this point. Another good move is to turn here, try to get this move in Sente first, and then jump. Jump allows the block, which is nice. So jump is another way to get this Sente without you know without just blocking there. Okay, so block, and now white has a bit of a difficult time making good shape, and white goes for more invasions. This is very reasonable. White invades. So white played some defensive moves, but then white plays this move, which is quite aggressive. So I applaud the aggression. At least white will not lose without fighting in this game. So I applaud that. Maybe it's because the left-hand side went very badly for white. Maybe white has a sense of urgency. I will just say, Go player, you should always play with this sense of urgency, even when you have a small lead, not to mention, an even game or something like that. Okay, so in the game, black does go for the attack against white, and captures 4 stones, very good. And right now, it's very important for white to use the thickness principle again. Black is very thick. Definitely don't try to save every outside stone for white. If black is obliged to capture some stones like this, be very happy as white. But even if you play this kind of a move, black would play in a way that attacks your whole group. So definitely try to play away here. And if you do play here, definitely play with some bounciness, some flexibility in your play. The ability to give up your stones is the greatest advantage that a defender can have, but if you try to save all of your stones, you will not have that. And therefore, the best move probably would be to first play here, fight over here when you do have the stone advantage, and you just don't care about any stones on the near the black thickness. We just don't care about that, and then you'll do fine. And of course, if black fights with you, remember this extend is a move. Gets sets up for this kind of a thing. Just allow black to have the thickness upon thickness, and you could even just extend thickness upon thickness. You surround your territory here, black surrounds his thickness territory, and let him capture your stones, and then you'll be fine as white. Play the biggest move, something like here. Okay. So in the game, let's see. White does do something very similar, which is very nice, applauded. But needless to say, capturing so many stones without major repercussions is good for black. Okay, so black goes for these captures. Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about with the Atari. And here, black also plays well. I'm sure the connect would not be the move, so good. A good move would be here, and then maybe play like this, or just jump and attack the whole thing. As black here, you want white to save all his stones there. As white, you want black to capture all your stones around the thickness. Okay, and then white captures here. Okay, we can begin to see how white is gonna start, on the comeback trail. Black really hasn't gained anything after black captured 4 stones. White captured 1 very big stone. So biggest thing is white needs to take care of this group now. And again, remember, it would have been much nicer if white played in a way that was more sacrificial. This is perhaps a good idea. This would be a ko, and let's just say white plays this kind of a ko threat. You're sacrificing your stones around the thickness. That would be a good thing for white. Of course, if black Ataris inside here, this is helping white make some shape. White has more defender's advantage, do these things, do these sente moves, and all of a sudden white has some ice space and is not going to be attacked easily. Okay, so black does attack white and easy, but one thing is to try to attack and push your opponent into your thickness. That would be attacking from the outside, get white to run towards the top, because when white is near your thickness, when he hanes place anything slightly aggressive, and you can cut. And white would not be able to break free. So if white wants to maintain all the connections, he would have to play relatively defensively or relatively unambitiously, and your thickness would be totally well used in this case. This is an ideal case for black. So definitely try to push your opponent into your thickness more. For example, something like this. Now is a good time for black to actually tanuki. Well, maybe black, if you can tanuki and play this and still survive, you would be, clearly black would be winning. But right now, white has a very nice throw in like this. I'm not sure if black is okay. So in that case, maybe extend. Okay, whatever. Try to push white into your thickness, but and don't expand from your thickness out and push white into your weaker middle group. So I think this attacking direction being wrong, like see these black moves, because black started from his thickness, these black moves didn't help black strengthen anything because the thickness was already strong, and instead what these moves didn't do is strengthen the middle black group and the left hand side black group. So this is probably where black is going to be a little bit struggle a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and see, so now black finds himself more and more into the defensive, and yeah, white continues and attacks the left-hand side group. All of a sudden, black is making ice now. What's going on in this game, right? Right. Okay. And all of a sudden, white is capturing black in Ko. Luckily, black is able to survive. Okay. Here, the important thing for white is to find a Kosaret. Find a Kosaret. White played this move, which was not a Kosaret. Okay. Here, black is counter-attacking the entire middle white group, so it's hard to imagine black not being able to find a Kosaret there. Okay. Anyways, white hanes. The move now is to play the hane, and this hane would give white an eye here for sure, and then the second eye would be either here or some middle here, possibly another possible eye space is around here. So white is gonna be fine after making the eye. So in the game when white played here, it is needless to say very bad because it's not a sente endgame move. Okay, so black played this push. When white played a gote move, you don't want to play a gote move as well as black. But good thing white answered. Again, this is very painful to watch because white has a second eye over here, and then here makes an eye here at M12, so none of these moves are white could safely have played there. Okay. So now black still is now having a little bit of an advantage. Good, good, good. So this game was very exciting, and we saw the attack by black go a little bit wrong. We could fix it by playing in the right direction, and the middle defense by white is again very very defensive, as is the nature. Okay, in the game, yeah, here white, here there is no push because this move threatens to Atari here and Atari here and connect. White can play this move. Okay. Okay, so that's okay. White still ends up in Gote. This is fine. This is a fine way to survive by white. In the game, black extends, and because there's another Sente move like this, and then somehow white is already alive. Oh, right, right. White will connect this. When black connects this, white will play here. And black is dead without the two eyes, and so therefore white is now already alive. Okay. Yes, and that gets black to make this Atari, which would be Gote now, and that frees up white to defend the big territory on the bottom. And this is how white has completed the comeback, although white still Atari's there. Okay, okay. All right. This is 7 points, so it's not small, so okay, all right. Black jumps, okay. This game is still very close, so much, much closer game than the other two games. So good, although the other two games were quite exciting as well. And at the end game stages, instead of defending the corner, which is a big corner endgame, black ended up playing the connect, which captured two white stones on the right, and that's just not going to be enough. And that's how white was able to win the game in the endgame. Okay, good stuff. White makes another mistake later in the middle. He didn't see the Atari. Okay, okay, all right. Didn't see an Atari. We've all been there. And the game ends. Black didn't see the Atari, and the game ends. Okay, much, much closer game than the other two. The first game was quite well fought. Second game, also well fought. Yeah, make sure you guys join the NAOL League, guys. Make more friends, get your games reviewed, have a blast. They are very, very fun. Okay, that's all I have for today. You guys enjoy. See, we even have an 8-dan play-in in the NAOL League. 5-dan, 6-dan, 6-dan, so, you know, all the way down to 7Q. You know, I saw some 20Qs games as well, so you will find an opponent no matter what. Join and be good.
Okay,
See you
thank
guys
you,
next
Michael.
time.
This was great. And we have Yelan Yang now from 8 to
Hello.
30.